Amanda,
Yes.
your night is starting in its usual fashion. You are at your job. There is music blaring overhead. Uh, there are a lot of people here tonight, which is a little surprising for a Monday night. But the tip jar is looking good, so it's going to be at least a profitable one. And you are behind the bar doing your best. There is a lady at the end of the bar who has been steadily ordering drinks all night. You're debating if you want to cut her off or not. Could you also please make me your rouse check for the evening?
Oh, yeah, I pass.
Yay!
Yay.
When your eyes had opened earlier in the night, the beast had stirred briefly. It's a new sensation for you, but you stuffed it back in its box and told it, no, not tonight. And you also, as you are working, feel your phone go off.
I, with one hand, pouring a drink into a glass, I pull my phone out of my pocket and look and see who's bothering me now when they know that I'm working.
It is the very familiar number of your soon-to-be ex-wife.
Can I look at one of my co-bartenders and just say, "Hey, sugar, 5 minutes. I just need a quick break."
Oh, that's fine. Then I'm gonna get some of your tips, okay?
Yeah. It's fine. Whatever. Just don't close out the big tab over in the patio and keep an eye on the woman at the end. 5 minutes. It's fine.
So do you want me to cut her off from the Long Island iced tea? Because that's like her fifth, and I'm starting to worry about her liver.
Yeah, just next one. Half the alcohol, extra Coke. I don't think she'll notice.
Can do. You gonna be long?
No, 5 minutes. I don't want this to take longer than that, honestly.
All right. You see, she turns back around to go back to doing the job, and looks like she's telling off somebody who you can see is one of the other people who've been mingling out. Just kind of stop doing it.
I kind of side eye the troublemaker and make a mental note of their face and head to the back, sort of by the kitchen, lean against a wall, one boot sort of back against the wall, and see what it is that my old life wants from me.
Uh, it is a short message. Um, Simply says that your daughter needs some new shoes for school, and if at all possible, could you pick some up?
Yeah, yeah, I'll pick him up. I'll get him tomorrow. Tonight's been good. I'll take care of it. What uh is she still a size 6?
You see the familiar little bubbles start at the bottom of the screen. They stop, start up again, stop again, start up again. No, go up a size. These ones are tight.
Got it.
You do not get another response.
I neither expected nor wanted one.
And are you going back out into the bar?
Yeah. Phone back in the pocket. I notice someone's order is up in the expo window. And grab that for one of the tables on my way out, so it looks like I was actually doing something useful.
As you get back, the bar looks like it's kind of picked up in volume. Cheryl, your coworker who you had asked to give you 5 minutes, is you wouldn't call it quite her angry shake, But it's bordering on there. And she's throwing a stink eye at what appears to be a group of drunken frat boys in the corner, just kind of like,
I'll put the food down. Greasy fried niblets in front of the person it belongs to at the bar. Walk past, grab a couple tickets out of the printer, look at Cheryl, and say, "You want me to handle them for you?"
would you please? They are absolutely chaotic tonight. I don't know why we keep letting them back in here, except for that one's daddy's rich.
Well, I think that just explained the whole thing.
No, we really need to talk to boss about maybe just like not letting them back in.
They spend money, and
But they tip like shit.
yeah, but sometimes you get them drunk enough and flash a little cleavage. It's not the worst.
Oh, honey, you're braver than I am on that. That one looks to be about my oldest age. I can't do that.
Yeah, we both know that I could beat them up if they really ever started shit.
Might remember that if they get up to anything. You doing good tonight?
It's life, not enough time, gotta make money, and days keep getting shorter, I guess.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I hope at least, you the other things are going well.
I think in the long run, this is going to be better. It's you're transitioning from one phase of life to the other, and things just don't work out the way that you thought they were going to. But that's okay. You get to reinvent yourself, be somebody new, and this is going to be my year. This is Amanda's year. Things are going to be good, and I'm gonna live the life I was always meant to live.
Starting in September, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna make the back half of this year your year. We got this today.
yeah.
Um,
Hot Amanda Winter. Yeah, let's go.
let's go. Well, hopefully you'll win the lottery and then you'll let me retire and maybe buy this hunk of junk bar. You do see like somebody like passing by, like one of the other people passing by behind her kind of looks at her and she's like, he's
I
been here he's been here like two
sort of
months. He ain't
glance
used
at the
to it yet.
glass racks to the bar back, and I'm like, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Thank
I
you.
closed her tab. She's getting wobbly. Uh, Jerry's ordered her an Uber to take her home. Um, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm going. She turns to go do her thing. Make me a wits and awareness roll.
Okay, that's not very nice. What do I have here? Oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. Actually not as bad as I thought. Oh, holy shit. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. But I did get a 1 on my hunger die, but that shouldn't be a problem with the 4 successes.
As you scan the bar, there are some people dancing, or at least attempting to dance. It's kind of painful to watch. There appears to be a couple who has ordered some appetizers in another corner. It looks to be the world's most awkward first date. Uh, the lady's kind of just got a grimace on her face as she's nodding. The guy is very animately talking about something, and it does not look like it's going to be his night. As you scan your eyes through the crowd, um, long dark hair is the first thing that catches your eye. And for a moment, your mind flashes to somebody you had met a little bit ago. A very strange one night stand that left you with a hint of hunger. And as the person makes their way through the crowd, we're going to cut over to Taryn. Taryn, you are in your apartment tonight. Maybe looking over some emails on your computer. You would send off, you're trying to get your brand back. Unfortunately, Lucas seems to be trying to throw every possible monkey wrench he can grab within arm's reach
Always.
right into your issues. There is a few that have responded back to you with, well, we spoke to your manager and he insisted that you were busy during this time period.
So then, of course, I have to go through the whole rigmarole of, oh, he's not my manager. We're no longer doing business together.
It is a lot of very painful emails.
Mm-hmm.
Could you make me your rouse check for this evening?
Yes. Success.
Success, excellent. You had woken up this evening. Your apartment has a lovely view of the cityscape. It is a building that, in your now current state, does not upset you. You really wish it would have been the other one downtown, but again, a certain former manager has been trying to make your life miserable. It's not helped with the conjuncture of your sire, who is also not quite the bane of your existence, but getting there.
Yeah, the two of them have really managed to make my life miserable or unlife miserable.
Uh, and as you're sending off an email, you hear your phone ring.
Yep. I answer it.
You hear not quite the swarmy voice of your former manager, but you can sense the swarm the instant you say hello. How he got this number again, you are perpetually confused about. Um, but you can hear him being like, and it sounds like he's at a party, a little drunk. Uh, um, Taryn, my girl.
Not your girl. Haven't been your girl.
What are you doing tonight?
Avoiding you, hopefully.
You should come out and party.
Where are you? That way I know where not to go party.
Why are you being so mean? Like, I'm working on getting you this contract. And like the phone cuts off for a bit because he's very obviously moved it away from his ear to talk to somebody else, before putting it back. I think I could get like a makeup brand deal and like we could be really, really rich.
Yeah, I think you said that before, and then like you stole half my money.
Oh no, I was investing it.
Investing, right? Investing it in the new. What was it that you bought again? It was like, was it a motorcycle that time?
No, I think I used it for the Lambo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and what did I get? I think it was nothing. Yeah,
I get the sense that you're mad at me.
maybe. But whatever gave me that idea. And also, how did you get this number again?
Oh, some guy gave it to me. You know, it's really weird the people that you meet in this city. Like, I don't remember his name. He was like bald. It was really weird. Like, his head was super shiny.
Super shiny head. Wow.
Are you gonna come party? I'll buy you a drink.
Where are you?
You know that club down, well, it's not really a club, it's a bar in Deep Ellum. Uh, Not the good one, the one that's like middling.
Yes. Oh, you had to go to that one?
I've been kicked out of the other one. They evidently were not fond of a couple things that I've done. Oh, I need to go sit down.
Mm, mm. You know, the story is all coming together. I get it. I get it. But, you know, if you're providing drinks, I guess I could be persuaded to show up.
I would like to see you, and I can incentivize you with maybe something else.
If it's anything in your pants, I am not interested.
Well, it wasn't what I was going to offer, but okay, that's going to be firmly off the table.
Yeah,
Um, so see you in like what, 10, 15?
make it
Uh,
happen.
okay. Oh, I am already sitting down.
Okay, I'll see you in an hour.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I hang up. I
He
just like,
doesn't. I feel like you cut him off before he can get the full buyout.
yeah. And then I
Yeah.
just like, bash my phone against my face a few times, like wondering why I do the things that I do.
You do know the bar that he is talking about. You've been there once. It gives you it's not up to your standards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Of course, he's not at the upscale bar.
Uh, the bar is not up to your standards. At one point in time, it used to be at least a decent place. Now it is sliding more into, oh, there's a lot of frat people here.
Oh, uh, uh,
It is like the third or second stop towards the end of a pub crawl.
mm. So it's like not quite a dive, but like barely.
hmm Yep, it is not quite the diviest of bars, but it is not upscale at all. They charge a little too much for your drinks, and you're pretty sure they water them down.
Great, great.
And as you head out the door, your sire does text you with just a photo of him, uh, just kind of like giving you a grin. And he's old enough that it is like not how you take selfies, which is very much you get the correct angle. He
Mhm.
is very much doing like the old man, like tilted camera. You're surprised. Um, he isn't still using a flip phone. You're not sure where he got this level of technology from.
Mhm.
And just a little thing of says, hey, what are you doing?
What is it tonight? And I respond, going out. And I just like nothing, just going out.
It takes maybe about 5 minutes as you're getting in the elevator to go down to where your car is parked before you just get another text that just says, oh, that's boring.
You're boring. What do you need?
Trying to figure out what to do tonight because I am bored. Going out is even more boring.
I didn't realize that I was your entertainment committee. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised considering how we got here.
He sends you another badly taken selfie, and you're not Roll me a wits and insight. Let's see.
Okay. Wits and insight. I know how to count. 4 successes.
You're fairly certain he is doing this just to annoy you at this point.
I sent him back a selfie of me flipping him the bird.
You are in the car and starting to drive when you get the other text message of that just says that's hurtful. I'm hurt. And then the little sad emoji.
I respond, texting while driving, very safe. That implies that you have feelings.
You get the broken heart emoji. And then the other another selfie that looks like he was taking the photo and kind of moved a little too quicker, so it's just a blur.
I'll respond, you're losing your touch, old man.
For once, you do not get a response.
I just laugh and toss my phone in the passenger seat.
And as you drive off into the night, we're going to transition over to Miss Jo. You wake up in your van. There is music playing. It is a bit weird. It is some weirdly soulful country song. And you can hear that it's not coming from inside the car, it's coming from outside the car. And as you lift up enough to look out, you can see the top of Jimmy's head as he's sitting on the hood of your van with one of those little battery radios sitting next to him, and what appears to be a beer in one hand.
None of this is surprising.
No, it's not. Could you please make your rouse check for the evening?
Unfortunately, that is a failure.
Oh, no. Perhaps it is the music that's annoying because he's got it up a little too loud. And you can see the rest of the tents and the other vehicles parked around. Maybe he's annoying somebody, but you haven't seen Sal come out to tell him off yet. But you're able to get up and go.
For now, I'm going to ignore the radio and just sort of get dressed, get ready for the day. Are we still parked at the circus campsite, or have we moved elsewhere?
He has parked you back at the circus site, but because the lot that you guys are in is actually fairly big, he's kind of parked you a little farther out. And you're not quite sure why he picked the spot because it's like up against like this half dead tree and a fence, but you're a bit confused why he picked the spot, but you're fairly certain he may have had a good reason for it. But Jimmy Logic is a confusing place to be.
I'm going to kind of stick my head out of the driver's side window as quietly as possible to see if I can give him a little bit of a scare when I do it.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity and stealth roll.
Ooh, let's see.
To have his pool because he is drunk.
That would be 2 successes.
You are able to poke your head out. At first, you think maybe the squeak might have caught his attention because he turns his head a bit before he starts singing along with the music entirely off key, and does not notice you at all.
Lean out the window and go, sure, it looks better in the daylight, hey.
What? Oh, you're awake. Oh, it's that time. Ugh. And he tries to like get off the vehicle. You see he slides more than he actually lifts himself off of it. I figured the tree was the better option. Because it's like a landmark here because everything else is kind of flat. But also the gate is right there, so if I needed to like do a quick getaway, the gate is right there.
Perfectly sound logic.
I know, right? I
I
mean,
no complaints at all.
oh, good. I was expecting you to be up like 10 minutes ago. All right. Do you need anything?
You know, I think maybe I'm gonna go see what the city has to offer tonight, but you're a doll for asking.
Oh, am I going with you? Wait, am I going with you?
No, you're staying. We have
Oh,
we have tents to pull down.
oh, but Sal's already been weird tonight.
Well, you're gonna learn this pretty soon that he's weird almost every night.
Yeah, but it's like creepy weird.
No, he's creepy almost every night too.
Can we like find another circus? Like, does it have to be this one?
Not a terrible idea, but you might want to put that one on the back burner for a little bit.
Right. We'll help Daryl take down the tents.
That's a good boy. That's what you ought to be doing.
Hey, do I get like, can I like, and he does like take some money out of his wallet. Can I get like McDonald's or something on your way back?
Do you want me to pick it up for you?
I mean, I'd Uber Eats it, but I already tried that and they don't deliver here.
All right, give me your money.
Here. Thank you. And
The things I do. The things I do.
you do it because you love me.
Mm,
Maybe like me a little bit.
a little bit.
Little
Most
bit.
of the time. Most of the
And
time.
you do see he like starts to walk away before circling back to grab his radio and his beer and then walking away. Oh, I filled up the gas tank. I think at some point in time I need to find like a night mechanic to take it to. There was a weird squeaking noise.
What sort of weird squeaking?
Not quite like down near the tire. But I'm not sure if it's just maybe the brakes are going a little wonky. It sounded like brakes, but only on the one side.
Will it live until we get back to Florida?
Up. Maybe.
No.
I think if she could make, depends on which way we go. Baton Rouge, maybe.
You know, you handle that. And I'll trust you to handle it.
I got this. I am great with cars. My grandfather was a mechanic on airplanes, but it can't be that different.
All right, we're gonna have this conversation later. I'm gonna go right now.
All right. Avoid Sal, help Daryl. You see he walks off. As you kind of watching him walk off, you do see like he makes the biggest circle around where Sal's vehicle is to go around it towards where you could see another group of people taking stuff down. He did leave the keys in the ignition, which is a step up from the last time you had to drive yourself somewhere where he took them with you and then you had to spend 30 minutes trying to hunt him down. Because Jimmy is not that fond of taking down the tents and likes to try and get himself into anything else to avoid it.
That sounds right.
But you are able to drive off into the night. Where are you heading?
Somewhere, since I woke up hungry, somewhere to eat.
Okay. Do you have a preferred hunting spot?
I mean, preferred would be somewhere she hasn't been before.
Okay. Had to relook up what your predator type was. You do know that there is a very healthy bar area in Dallas. So you're able to go find a bar if you want. There's also clubs and other sorts of places. Tinder is not the best place to try and pick somebody up because the last time Jimmy tried his best, but it kind of was a little awkward. Um, he didn't use a photo of you, he used a photo of himself, and they got confused as to why they were confused, and he might have gotten put on some heavy work that did not involve having a phone for a week.
So a bar then.
Yes, a bar then. That'd be the best.
Yeah, no, I think a club is a little too noisy for right now. Let's keep it like a nice chill night. See if maybe we can't draw someone in.
Exactly. And as you pull out of where the circus is, that tire it is making a squeaking noise, and you're fairly certain it's the brakes. You can see a figure emerge out of Sal's area and kind of just looks at you as you're leaving, and you can know it's Sal. He does the typical as he normally does, where he's got his arms crossed. You can see he's might be a little upset that you're leaving, but he doesn't make any effort to stop you.
Nor would I stop if he did.
And you are off into the night. Go ahead and make me a wits and streetwise roll.
So that would be, I got 2 10s and 3 successes otherwise. So
2 10s, that's
math.
2 10s is 4 successes automatically.
So 7.
7 successes. Even though you guys have been in the area for a little bit, you're starting to feel this city like the back of your hand. And you know that going to any of the upscale bars is a good risk. But the dive bars are not your favorite. There's usually creeps there. So you find yourself in Deep Ellum. And you find a very nice bar. It looks middling. You're fairly certain that they probably put the cheaper stuff in the top shelf jars. That's where you decide to go for the evening. And then we're going to transfer over to our Zamitzi. Shinty, where did you wake up for tonight?
So for the time being, Shinty's been staying in this old abandoned building down in South Dallas. Just kind of the first place that he managed to initially find when he got into town that looked suitable enough for being a dead drop crash pad.
Go ahead and make me your rouse check for tonight.
That is a success.
Is Shinty like your other Zamitzi, or do you hover at
So I think with one of the flaws that he carries with him, restricting how he can get down to hunger zero, while he may have killed his last victim, he is still at hunger one at the moment.
Excellent. You wake up in your abandoned building. Where did you find in there to shelter? Was it a interior?
Probably
room?
down in like a interior room, more than likely like what was a former restroom in the building at some point, so that it doesn't have windows coming into it.
The building that you have found is in a little rougher area. It had been long boarded up. You are fairly certain at one point in time it may have been a gas station, maybe doubling also as a mechanic shop. It's a bit confusing how the building looks. It could have been one or either. It has mostly been picked apart. There are almost no furniture in there anymore. A couple of rusted out shelves. As you come out of the bathroom area, there is a cat that scurries out of the hole in the wall the instant it sees you. Its tail is like left a bit. But other than that, it is weirdly quiet.
As he goes to walk out the front door.
Go ahead and make me a wits and awareness.
Absolutely, that's a good check for me. But I can roll like butt. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to spend a willpower and do a reroll. It was hot garbage.
First willpower reroll of the night.
All right, that's 4 successes now.
As you open the door, again, it has been boarded over. Where you put your hand to push the door back, you see an envelope sticking out from where the wood is.
Yeah. Quick brush some of the dust off of his leather coat and grab the envelope, saying it's about fucking time. And with one of his nails, just kind of slice the envelope open and pull out the contents.
Inside, it has a letter that's written in neat handwriting. Not quite. It looks like they made an attempt to at least try and disguise their handwriting a bit. It is familiar to you. You do know this handwriting very well. It just lists the name of a bar called the Herald.
Ah. All right. He'll reach into his pocket and pull out a lighter and light the corner of the paper and toss it down to the ground and just stand there until he's satisfied that at least the information written on it has burned up. At which point he's going to reach into the side pocket of his jacket and pull out his cellular phone that he keeps. And he's going to flip it open and scroll through a couple of pictures that had been sent to him a while back, just to refamiliarize himself with some things, and slides the phone back into his pocket there, and not bothering to get a vehicle for the time. Well, how far is this bar from where Shinti's been staying?
If you are walking, it will take you a bit.
All right, fine. Gonna do a quick peruse around the neighborhood for the first individual that I see getting into a car.
Go ahead and make me another wits and awareness roll. Actually, make it wits and larceny.
Wits and larceny. Okay.
Yes, I know what you're doing. You're looking to carjack. We're gonna see.
I mean, less carjacking, just more straight up murder somebody who's already got the keys in the ignition.
I see you.
3 successes.
Well, you are looking around the immediate neighborhoods around you. This neighborhood is nothing if not cautious. And you don't see hardly anyone out at night.
Well, let's make them afraid of things that go bump in the night. And I'm going to go ahead and look around for the first house that I see with any lights on inside of it and a car in the driveway.
There's a couple of lights on. Most of the cars look they're older model cars. So you know that they're going to be a little bit more technically easier to hotwire, but also a little harder to hotwire because like we got to jimmy the door open.
That's totally fine. We're not starting with the car. So the first place that I find that has a set of lights on, indicating that somebody's at least home and there's cars in the driveway. I'm going to make my way around to the back of the building and see if there is a rear entrance into the home.
There is.
Splendid. As soon as we get back there, Sinte is going to rouse his blood specifically for the physical. Success. And then he is going to, without hesitation, smash his boot right into the door, right up by the doorknob itself. Since that's usually the weakest structural point where the locks are, and a good way to kind of jar things off the frame if necessary.
Sure, go ahead and roll.
Fantabulous. I'm assuming I will do this with Brawl.
Yes.
Doesn't even bother me a little bit. So that's going to be 6 successes with a messy critical.
You know what? How do you go about kicking this door off the hinges with your messy crit?
I think he gets a little overzealous in his attempt to get into the house, and not just ending up kicking it, but as he's kicking, he kind of leans in and shoulder checks his way through the door, just smashing it open into whatever happens to be on the other side of it.
Inside, you do hear some. It sounds like a TV is on in the living room. There is a couple of voices having a hushed conversation. It is not in English. What languages do you speak?
English, Spanish, Latin, and one that is definitely a much also another dead language that I doubt anyone speaks right now.
It is in Spanish. It sounds like two teenagers having a conversation on the couch about the show that they're watching. The show, however, is in English. It sounds like one of those teen dramas that is on a certain network that we shall not be named in order to not have the copyright gods smack us upside the head.
You can do it. It's fine. It's fine.
But you do hear, like, they are discussing it. You hear like, why would they do that? Like, what is up with that? You can't go to the prom with them. What is going on? I'm telling you, she'll figure out he's a vampire eventually.
Do they have the volume up too high, I assume, to have realized someone has just kicked in their door?
Yes, it's up a little too high. And it's an animated little conversation.
Lovely. Not really trying to mask myself in any way, shape, or form at this point. Just casually walking through the house towards the sound of the voices.
The house is a single-story house. You came in through the kitchen. So there's a small hallway with a bathroom on the side, and then the living room area. And you can see from the living room there is another bedroom off to like another hallway that goes down and around. When you passed in through the kitchen, there was a little hallway off of it. You could see a bedroom with the door closed. And then there is another bedroom to the side. The bedroom in the back, you didn't hear any sound from it. But the only real light on is the one in the living room.
Okay. While he's walking through the house, he is going to kind of keep a general eye open, just because obviously once you're home, most people don't keep their keys necessarily in their pockets. So he is just going to kind of keep his eye open for any set of keys that he happens to potentially notice as he's making his way towards the living room, since that seems to be where the primary noise in the house is coming from.
Make me a wits and awareness.
Absolutely. That's going to be 3 successes.
Excellent. As you're going into the hallway, you do see a little table in the middle of the hallway. It's got some knickknacks on it. There is a bowl with a set of car keys in it.
Grab those and stick them in right hand jacket pocket, and continue making my way into the living room.
Hey, as you get into the living room, there is looks like a standard living room. The TV is not a new TV. It's one of those older ones that it's very heavy and very big. It's not a flat screen. It's setting up on a stand, and there are 2 kids on the couch, 18, maybe 19 years old, with a bucket of popcorn and looks like an empty bowl of ice cream on the table.
And as I'm coming into the room, where am I positioned to them? Like, is the couch set up where their backs are to me, or would they be able to immediately see me, or is it kind of like an angle type situation?
As you are coming in through the thing, the couch is against the wall. So as you're coming out, they are right there.
Brilliant. So I am going to, again, immediately rouse the blood and activate Feral Claws.
Okay.
I did go ahead and get hungrier that time. And the one closest to me on the couch
is a young girl. You can see as you enter the room, she does actually turn to look at you and makes a sound. And can you please make me a composure and resolve roll as you feel her start to emanate a sense of dread?
Oh, that's really good. 6 successes with a crit.
She got 8 with a crit to intimidate you. And she stands up off the couch and goes, "It's called knocking, jerk."
I will go ahead and spend a point of willpower to completely ignore the fact that she is intimidating at this point in time.
Okay, go ahead.
And as she's standing up on the couch without actually any word, Sinte is just going to take his right hand and swing up and try to pierce his claws up through the meaty part of the flesh under her jaw and up into her head.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
A 7 with a messy crit.
She moves just out of the way a little too quick as she rolls away. She goes, "What is going on? Who are you?"
Pounce on her.
As you go to pounce on her, you feel the man who is sitting on the couch looks at you and goes, "Come on now, we could just have a conversation." As the room starts to get darker.
No, nobody told me about these schmucks, so they're just liabilities. Licks that need to die.
I think we're kindred spirits. Make me a as you look back at him, make me, how do I want to put this? It's an interesting thing. Wits and Streetwise.
Sure.
And add some status dice if you have it.
Uh, 6 with crit.
You're looking at the guy sitting on the couch. He's kind of got his boot put up on the table now. Like he might kick it towards you if you didn't stop. Ironically, he fits the description of someone you were told to look for.
What the fuck are you doing here?
What the fuck are you doing here?
I was gonna grab a car.
So you just enter the space without checking the rooms?
Well, I already have the keys. I was just gonna get rid of the remaining witnesses. Didn't expect to find you so easily.
Huh. You bring the car back, we can have a conversation. Don't hurt her. She will put you through the wall.
He'll just give a lopsided smirk. Oh, I'm sure.
You need to get better at breaking and entering.
If you say so.
I do say so.
You need to
Also-
get better at hiding. You shouldn't have been this easy to find.
You know, I thought I was hidden pretty well. But you know, always interesting when one of you shows up.
So fucking obvious.
I didn't have a neon sign outside.
You may as well have.
How was I supposed to know you were gonna break into my house? Which one sent you?
You already know.
No, there's like 2 people it could be. If it's the mortician, I don't.
Guess we'll
I
just
don't.
have to chit-chat a little bit later. I've got things I need to attend to.
Bring my car back in one piece.
We'll see. I'll go ahead and walk out the back door.
As you're walking out the back door, you just hear the younger girl go, "I could have taken him. I could have. It would have been easy."
I'll yell back in Spanish. We'll try next time, sweetheart.
Call me sweetheart, and I'm gonna put this ice cream bowl over your head and knock you.
I'm not waiting for her reply.
You're
Pull the
getting
car
like
door
the
shut.
The back, she actually like goes to the front door to open it to continue to yell at you, and you just see the man's hand reach over and kind of pulls her back inside the
Just
shop.
driving away. I'll go ahead and make my way to the bar here.
And as you walk into the bar, the music is playing. And as you're moving through the crowd, the bartender at the bar does look up and notices you. Amanda, the person you saw as they come around another person is not who you thought it would be. Maybe you're a little disappointed, maybe relieved. Who knows?
A little bit of both.
But I leave
Yeah,
it to you.
Shinty is once he turns around, he's a pretty youthful, like maybe late 20s, highly attractive, indigenous man, nice bronze skin, long black hair, which is currently tonight pulled back into a ponytail. So his features are like really sharp and cut, so he's got a very sharp angled jawline. What he's wearing tonight is a pair of like aviator glasses that kind of go from black in a gradient down into a purple at the bottom. And then he has on a leather jacket it's currently open. He has no shirt on underneath it, which shows off his pretty chiseled chest. So he's not like excessively muscular, but all of his muscles are very defined. Very clear six-pack and defined pecs. Pair of jeans with just looks like a fairly old, worn leather belt that he has around his waist, and a pair of dark black leather cowboy boots with some frills on the outer edges of them, just like leather straps and frills running down the side of it. And he kind of immediately locks eyes with you and just slowly starts making his way over.
I'm going to finish the drink that I'm pouring and sort of put myself in the area for walk-up guest service, kind of anticipating him walking over and be like, oh, I'm ready to greet this customer. Amanda, she has a little bit shorter than chin length, red hair. It's down. It's a little bit messy. You can see a little bit of the sweat sticking to the roots as she's been working. She's wearing a wide strapped, sleeveless sort of crop top. It's black. You can tell it used to be like an old T-shirt, band T-shirt. It's like Led Zeppelin. It's got it's been cut up, but sort of like very stylish, high-waisted black jeans. And she is buff. Like, she looks like she could squeeze your head with her thighs without even breaking a sweat. And she is tall, 5'11", almost 6 feet. Yeah. And she's gonna come right over and just wait for this tall, dark, handsome stranger to come and approach and order a drink.
On his way over, like, because he is a bit of a party boy and has spent many years doing various dances for multiple purposes. So he's just kind of moving his body to the music, just kind of I would say going out of his way to be seductive in the way that he moves as he comes up to you and keeping eyes locked with you. He'll just kind of lean onto the bar and leans in towards you as close as that he can get with however much you would allow from the other side of the bar. And
Yeah, Amanda's gonna just sort of lean forward, not getting her elbows into the well mats, but also just kind of lean forward and be like, "Can I get you something to drink, sugar?"
he's gonna just kind of smirk. What would a fine specimen like you recommend?
It depends on what you're thirsty for. What do you like? You strike me as either an old-fashioned or maybe a really nice classic margarita type of guy.
You read me pretty well. I'd say I'm most interested in redheads, but why don't we go with something a little more old-fashioned?
Best old-fashioned Deep Ellum coming right up. And I go and pick a bottle of whiskey, probably a little bit more on the expensive side, but not something that he's going to balk at the price for. Definitely not well, and make an absolutely correct old fashioned. There's not a piece of fruit to be seen in the glass except for the slight. There's one absolutely good Luxardo cherry in at the end, and then an orange swap that I flame before I put on top of the glass, and that is the only fruit, and there's no club soda anywhere to be seen. I have opinions on this. And pass it back over.
He'll take the drink, and I suppose I should make a check, because he would have done this on the way in, but he will blush of life. I did succeed, so he didn't get hungrier on the way in. He'll take a sip of the drink, knowing that he'll at least be able to hold it down for the moment, and it's a lovely flavor.
The whole thing with the old fashioned is it's all about letting the whiskey shine through. A little bit of bitters, a little bit of simple. Everyone just likes to make things too complicated.
Yeah, I like simple. Such as what time your shift is over.
Well, I'm closing, so probably won't be out of here until 3:30, 4 in the morning.
Being more than happy to utilize his looks to try to just take advantage of situations, he's going to very inappropriately just reach out and kind of graze his finger across Amanda's cheek, and, well, it's a good thing I don't have anything special going on tonight. Maybe, you want to have a little fun. And knowing full well who he's communicating with, he's going to go ahead and just run his tongue across his bangs.
Do I notice the fangs? Do I get the impression that I'm speaking to someone like me, or am I just sort of still so new that I don't even get it?
Make me a wits and awareness.
All right. So, 2, it's the hunger, 3 for my awareness. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes again.
As he is very pretty, but you do catch a hint of a fang.
Between the Fang and the fact that the reason he initially caught my eye is because I thought that he was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to mimic the same motion of running my tongue over my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're up for a late night party, don't know why we couldn't have a little bit of fun.
That's what I like to hear. I knew I picked well. He's going to kind of push himself back from the bar. He leaves the drink sitting there with just a single sip out of it and throws some money down completely nonchalantly. Like he literally just reaches into his back pocket and pulls out whatever stray bills he picked off the last random person that he killed and tosses it down.
I am going to just pocket all of the money and ring up that old fashioned as a spill.
You're able to do so. Make me a wits and awareness.
One more time. Oh, that was not as good. Okay, wait, actually. No, that's 1, 2, that's 3 successes. But it's a 2 on the hunger, so I'm okay there. But yeah, that's only 3 this time.
You are fairly certain nobody saw you.
It's a spill. He didn't like my old fashioned. Can you believe it?
I know, right? It's very rude of him.
Jesus.
But Joe, as you walk into the bar, go ahead and make me your hunting roll.
Remind me again what my hunting roll is.
It is scrolling over because I have all them all written down. It is charisma and subterfuge.
Okay.
If you have a relevant, let me see.
I do.
And if you have looks, they do apply. If you have
Do I add
beautiful-
just 1 for the relevant?
Yes.
This is a lot of dice.
For a note,
1,
yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
What are you looking for this evening? What sort of flavor are we looking for?
I've got my eye out for someone who looks like they're being a little aggressive, maybe. Getting a little too close, a little too touchy. Kind of my favorite college fuckboys.
You are in luck. There is an entire table full of them.
I'm just gonna not go to the table, but walk past it and like brush up against one of them on my way by. Just give them a little hip to shoulder action.
The one you brush against, it looks maybe 23, like definitely heading towards graduation. It does fully turn in his chair to watch you walk away before getting up and following after you.
I'm going to try to lead him to a fairly dark corner.
You do see that the nearest dark corner is a little bit outside, where the patio kind of wraps around a bit. There is a dark area where one of the lamps has gone out, and nobody's sitting over there because, again, it's dark outside and there's no light. So you're able to lure him over there.
And so I will. Just very, it's very, she's trying to see if he's going to chase.
Oh, he is like a little
good.
puppy, like a little puppy dog.
Excellent.
He if he is giving any sort of dog, it is very eager golden retriever.
Does he seem maybe like a little too sweet?
Not
Like, is he giving me good boy energy or
quite. Well, his face says golden retrievers. The attitude is definitely trying to put this nicely, skunk. Like he is, yeah.
excellent? I'm gonna get him into the corner, and then I'm gonna finally turn and face him and just sort of put a hand out
Mm-hmm.
and rest it just right against his sternum. Just go, you really ought to buy a girl a drink first.
I mean, I'll buy you whatever you want.
That's the answer I like to hear. Go. Run along.
Okay.
Get something nice.
You do see he disappears from view. Amanda, you get a very excited maybe frat boy at your table or at your bar who is like, whatever the best you've got, whatever it is, I will take it.
All right. I am going to make a. I'm going to look at him and be like, is this for you, sweetheart, or is this for somebody else?
It's for somebody else. Like I might there might be a really pretty lady.
I'm going to make a French 75 with the really good bubbly and some top shelf gin. And I am going to take a napkin and put it over the cup or put it over the flute and stick a one of the sword picks like through the napkin, through the top. And say, if she gets this without the napkin on top, you and I are going to be having a conversation.
He's like peg. He's like pulling out the money. It is way more than the drink actually is. But he kind of nods a little bit, just like yeah, and he's taking it back.
And I am watching him. And I'm gonna look over to. I assume that there's like bouncers, doormen.
Yeah. The bouncer on duty tonight is Terry. He looks a little bit exhausted, because he does not normally work the very very late shift. But he took it because the other bouncer is sort of on paternity leave. So he's filling in. He looks a little exhausted.
For sure. I'm gonna look at Terry and be like,
pushes off the wall and just kind of like follows a bit. And Joe, he does come back with a drink. The napkin is still very firmly in place.
Wonderful. I'm gonna take it and do like stage sips. So just mostly just for the action. I figure he's not paying attention to the drink anyhow.
No. He's the way he's wobbling a bit. You have a feeling he is not fully functioning on all of his faculties.
Perfect. I'm just gonna kind of chat him up for a while. Let the alcohol continue to do its work on him until he's ready to follow me out back.
And it takes maybe about 15-20 minutes. He rambles about school. He is currently getting his degree in accounting. He spends a little too long talking about finances. It's very dull.
Fascinating. Absolutely thrilling. Boys love the math.
You know, they use Excel now. It's a lot easier. And he, you know, rambling about like it alternates between finance and cars. If Jimmy was here, Jimmy would have probably just tried to cover his mouth and put him down somewhere.
Yeah. I asked him, so have you ever worked on a 67 Volkswagen?
I mean, I think my uncle has. He runs like an auto shop down the way.
Down the way. That's good and specific. Well, if you follow me out back, I can show you mine.
Yeah. I've never seen a 67. What was it again?
A Volkswagen, though.
Volkswagen. Okay. He is not thinking van. He is thinking bug.
So it's going to come to a shock to him when he steps outside and there is the RV out back.
Oh, they make those? That's a thing.
Yeah. There's fully kitched out. There's a bed in there.
Oh yeah. I have to see. I've never seen one of these before.
I figured.
Totally. It he is just like entranced by the vehicle, but also very entranced by you. And because this is Twitch and we have to keep it at a very certain rating level, so we will draw the curtain very gently over the scene. And how much are you taking from this poor boy?
I'm taking as much as I need. I'm not. He's gonna live through it.
So you'll lower down to hunger 1, because you can't
Yeah.
lower to 0 because you have to kill somebody.
Mm.
But as you are exiting the vehicle, Taryn, what sort of car do you drive?
There you go. Taryn drives like a cute little Audi, I think, like a little silver Audi. It's fancy but not as ostentatious as the Lambo. Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Lucas got it in a hideous burnt orange color.
Of course he did. Probably has like flame decals or something stupid on it.
The windows are tinted on it a little too much. He got this weird sort of like vanity license plate that every time you see it, you just roll your eyes every time you see it. Because it does not make any sense. It's supposed to say something. What it means, you have no idea.
I haven't figured out what it's supposed to say yet, so it's one of those ones where, like, when people are behind them at a light, you can tell that they're just sitting there, like, doing one of these things, trying to figure it out. The whole time they're behind them.
Yep. You do see a RV parked nearby. A van, Volkswagen van with a. Describe Joe, Danny. Describe Joe.
Joe is on the shorter end. She's about 5'4", 5'5". Very curvy, thick in the modern parlance, with long, curly, like ginger red hair, and every inch of skin you can see, which is quite a bit, is covered in tattoos. These vibrant, old school sailor style tattoos that look every bit as new as the day they were done. She's wearing like a little like hunter green like wiggle dress that goes down to the knees.
I cringe at the van, but definitely do a double take at Joe. And park as far away from the van as I can manage. And I kind of like not quite double park, but like really, really close to the line so that somebody's gonna like try and pull in and see that I'm so close to the line that they're gonna be annoyed and pick a different parking spot.
Taryn, make me a wits and awareness. And is Joe going back into the bar?
After she's done, yes, she will be kicking the fellow out and going back into the bar.
His name is Zach, spelt with a K. He is very much like Zachary, but no, we spell it with a K. And
She's not going to remember his name. It's all right.
He tries, but his friends, like the instant he gets back at the bar, he's back with his friends. They're animated chatting. Taryn, what did you get?
1 success.
1 success. As you're heading into the very, very busy bar, you think you heard a motorcycle parking near where your car is. You're not entirely sure, because you are distracted by the fact that this bar is not up to your standards.
Yeah, I'm like standing there outside, like with my keys still in my hand, seriously debating getting back in my car and leaving.
And you're looking around. You don't see Lucas
No.
anywhere.
No. I'm sure he's already gone. And I pull out my phone and text him, "You asshole, you're gone already, aren't you?"
You do not get a response, but you do get the sense that he did read it because the little red notification pops up.
I text him, "I hate you, go die."
He reads it again.
The worst. The actual worst. Bane of my life. Yeah, I just kind of stand out there, debating whether or not I want to go inside before being like, well, maybe I'll at least go inside, look around, see if there's anything interesting happening at the very least. Maybe I can make a few connections, something like that. At least I'll take a spin through, see if there's anything worth seeing, and then if not, then I don't have to stay. I can go find somewhere that's more to my taste.
Exactly. You are.
Oh no!
Oh no! I thought it looked like Ari had. Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. You froze for a moment.
It's giving me shenanery. That's what it is. Joe, what are you up to?
Did we want to go back and redo?
Yeah, you
Because I
cut
think we missed on what you said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the last thing I said? What I cut?
It was right after I had said that I might, if there's nothing interesting here, then I might go someplace that fits my aesthetic a little bit better.
As you make a circle, go ahead and make me another wits and awareness. And Joe, what are you doing?
Joe has dumped the drink outside and is on her way to the bar to bring the empty glass back to the bar.
Amanda, there is a very pretty redhead with the glass.
Hi. Thank you.
You see the very pretty redheaded lady at the bar talking to a very tall woman behind the bar. And nearby there is a very attractive man. That's a bit surprising because this place does not normally attract this many pretty people.
Right. And I'm gonna take a guess, like looking around, they are by far the prettiest people in here.
Mm-hmm. You, with your expertise eye with people, you do notice the table full of frat boys. Most of them are well on their way to being cut off from the bar tab because they are very drunk. There's an accountant, looks like maybe a paralegal. Someone's having a very awkward first date. And just general, just normal people, but these three are by far the most pretty people in this bar.
Absolutely go position myself close to the pretty people because I'm a pretty people and I deserve to be near the other pretty people.
Karen's well known, right?
Reasonably well known, yeah.
I know that Shinty doesn't necessarily pay attention to the walks of life specifically that Terran's involved with, but I'm going to go ahead and make a check to see if I recognize who Terran is.
Wits and streetwise?
Sounds good.
Because I don't think
and I know my specialty in bad neighborhoods will not apply for this.
No, it will not. And it didn't really work the last time you used it.
Ooh. Well, we can interpret how the hell this works, but 5 successes with a messy crit.
Ooh. You do know who she is. It's weird that you know who she is. You do know that she is an influencer. You've heard from someone who is no longer around, who maybe was a little bit too much into that sort of lifestyle. Her content's not doing too well these days. She's working to get it back. There was something involved with a manager that there was some scandal. He denies ripping her off, but that court case might still be pending in the courts. But yeah.
And kind of look Terran up and down. He kind of shoots his eye back over to Amanda and Joe, since they're still in similar proximity, and he's going to reach back into his coat and pull out his phone, and he starts flicking through pictures again. He kind of raises an eyebrow slightly. Interesting. And put his phone back into his pocket. I think he'll go ahead and he's going to make his way up to Terran from behind. And when he gets a little bit close, he'll go ahead and place one hand just on her waist.
Terran goes completely still, like absolute prey response.
What in the world would bring the illustrious Terran here?
Oh, so you've heard of me.
And I'll spin her around at that point so that we're essentially face to face.
Well, I was promised a drink, and unfortunately, the one who promised it to me is gone. So now I'm here without a drink.
Being the asshole that he is, he's going to go ahead and kind of jar an elbow into one of the frat boys. Hey, dipshit. Get the lady a drink.
Well, while you get the lady a drink.
I'll actually grab him by his shirt and pull him up out of his seat and push him towards the bar.
This means people these days, bars going downhill, and they do sort of walk towards the bar. This is not the one that you had some fun times with. This is very obviously one that is inebriated beyond the point of standing. Hardly. He's leaning heavy on the counter. But I'm supposed to buy the lady a drink.
Is this all happening in a fairly close proximity to Joe?
Yes. I think you're still at the bar.
Could I potentially, just out of curiosity, get an insight vice check on Cindy?
Sure. Roll me wits and insight.
All right. That is also going to be a lot of dice.
I do believe Joe is the first character we have with a ton of insight.
We need somebody with it.
1, 2, 3. That is going to be 4 successes.
I am going to be trying to hide any true intentions that I have right now, so I'll go ahead and make a subterfuge check.
Manipulation and then subterfuge.
All right.
Use that manipulation dice.
That is 3 successes as well. I don't know how you want to handle a tie.
Ties usually go to the person who is attacking, but in this case, that would be Joe, who is actively trying to incite you. Joe, what are you trying to see? What's going on with him?
This is just sort of interesting behavior.
Mhm.
I think I'm just trying to figure out whether he's trying to get into a fight or if he's trying to get fucked.
Since you definitely won the check, I would say you're able to tell that neither of those things is true.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, and because we skipped over, Taryn looks like this.
Yeah. Yes. Describe Taryn. Describe Taryn.
She is she's also a redhead, but hers is more on the strawberry blonde side of things. And her lips are like kind of overfilled. Like she did too much filler before she was embraced. She's a little on the side of a little too thin, but still healthy, just a little thin. And she's about like 5'7" or so. And you know, she's an influencer. She's very, very pretty. Impeccable makeup, perfect hair. Her jeans are designer, like designer skinny jeans tucked into designer boots with, you know, just a black t-shirt, but the black t-shirt probably cost like $70, you know, some ridiculous thing like that. It just looks out of place. Very much so. Just a little too dressed up, a little too put together for, you know, a dive bar.
This.
She, even with the frat boys sitting there who all look like they do come from money, Taryn is easily the best dressed person in the bar.
Yeah.
Or at least the most expensively dressed.
Right. Yeah. Even if she were dressed in something that was like distressed looking or whatever, it would still be more expensive than anybody else's.
So Cynthia is a little bit taller than Taryn. He's actually 6 foot even. So. So, what brings you here? Certainly wouldn't have expected to find you in a place like this.
I certainly did not expect to be in a place like this. My former manager promised me drinks, and I had hoped that with drinks might come some business talk that would, you know, allow the threads to become a little looser. And unfortunately, I'm being left on red. So now I am here with no drink and no unraveled threads. And I'm in this, she looks over at Amanda, lovely establishment. So it perhaps my night, but at least there are interesting people that I've found. She looks around to the attractive people that she had gravitated toward.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And he'll casually reach into his coat again, pull his phone out. The screen's already lit up. Probably received a message or something, and he kind of takes a quick glance at it.
And what are you doing? Are you here to stalk me and tweet out my location?
Certainly not. I definitely wouldn't have expected to find you here at all. But, let's just say I'm glad I did. Glad I did.
Is that right?
And he seems to type something out on his phone and then slides it back into his pocket again. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm new in town, but let's just say I've heard a bit about you before I came here, and well, we've got a few things in common, you and I, that
Well,
might be worth having some chats about at some point.
I'd certainly be interested, considering the types of things that people tend to hear about me. They're not all the most flattering things, you see. Lucas and his friends have worked overtime on that one.
Not looking to beat around the bush a whole bunch at this point. Shinti's going to go ahead and he's going to wrap one arm around Taryn and actually pull her body to body, and then just kind of lean in so that his lips are brushing just against her ear and whisper, what about a mutual interest in blood?
Oh. Now that is far more interesting conversation.
He'll take a small step back. I thought you might like that. Let's have a little chat after this place shuts down. There's a few others here that I'm a little surprised to see. One I expected, and he'll pass a glance over to Amanda.
I kind of nod, like, okay, yeah, I can see it. And then I tilt my head toward Joe.
And he'll just nod.
Oh, I guess it wasn't an accident that I found myself over at this corner of the bar then, was it?
Not at all. Not at all. And
well,
he'll give a little wink and then actually go ahead and step around Taryn and make his way over to Joe.
Joe is in the process of handing Amanda a flyer for the circus, just to see if she might want to like put it up on the events board. No, it's we're going to be here for a couple more weeks. I had a bit of a issue with the tour schedule, so we're trying to fill some seats. It seems like the right kind of crowd for it.
Yeah. Actually, this looks really great.
I would recommend, just between you and I, as friends, you might want to come to the evening show. It gets a little less family friendly after about 10:30.
I wouldn't dream of doing anything else.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can definitely put this in the back. I know that I don't know about these people, and I sort of glance over to the frat boys. But no, I know my coworkers and the guys in the back would absolutely love this.
Wonderful. Bring all of your friends. You know, we've got plenty to see.
Did Joe bring the empty champagne flute back to the bar?
Yep.
I probably don't serve a whole lot of drinks and champagne flutes, and it's hard to describe, but after you make a lot of drinks, you sort of recognize the empties of what you made. And so I see Joe carrying the champagne flute. I haven't made a whole lot of those, certainly not within the last hour. I'm like, oh, is that the drink? Did a very drunk frat boy give you that?
Yeah, sure did.
Did it still have a napkin on top when he gave it to you?
It did. I was surprised, impressed.
Same.
Not entirely used to it.
No, I put that on there, and then I threatened his life if he took it off and did anything weird to your drink.
No, unfortunately, he didn't do anything weird at all.
Oh, a little bit of weird isn't too terrible.
Generally preferable.
Fair, but no weirdness in the drinks.
No. Right is right.
Good. My opinion of him just went up quite a bit.
It's
It was on the ground floor to begin with.
I won't say it's rare, but it's certainly nice to see a boy who can behave himself once in a while.
At least the basic rules of operating in a society, right?
That
The
point,
bare minimum.
Shadio walk up and smirk. Oh, society's rules are so passe. Think, look Joe over. Me and Amanda here. And he will go ahead and use Amanda's name, despite the fact that Amanda has never given it. We're gonna hang out a little bit tonight. I think you might want to join us.
Is that so?
Very much so.
And
At least
what?
if you want to get into something, how'd you put it? A little weird?
All right, then. Give me your best pitch.
Why don't we wait for all the riffraff to clear out? He's just going to turn on his heels.
Some of us have jobs that we might need to get back to at some point tonight. So, hearing what I'm missing out for. Projecting her voice over the noise of the bar.
He's starting to walk away at this point. Opportunity doesn't knock twice, dear.
In my experience, it can knock quite a few times if you're in the right place.
He heads out of the bar.
And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for our first episode with these amazing people. We will be back next week at the same time for more chaos. See you then.